Shalom, לכולם ישראלים, כאן אסף בנמי קריספין לוי, אשר מדבר איתכם. אני רוצה לדבר על תורה, חוקים ומשפטים. המצוות של תורה, אשר יוצאו מרבי יהוה. Shalom to everybody. Here, the elder Assaf Benami, Crispin Levi, who speak with you, and I would like to speak with all the Israelites of 12 tribes scattered all over the world, and with the foreigners of good hearts that love the Torah. Well, the Torah is our lives. The Torah is the bread that came down from heaven. And like David says in one of his Tehillim, your Torah is life, and in it I meditate all day and all night. Well, and now we're going to continue with the studies of the Torah. We are speaking about the item of family, and we're going now to the item 222. Divorce can only be for the cause of premarital fornication by the bride, or the law of divorce. Well, I invite you to follow with me this reading in the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy, Devarim, chapter 24, verse 1 to 4. Chapter 24, verse 1 to 4. The law of divorce. When a man takes a wife and shall marry her, then it shall be, if she finds no favor in his eyes, because he has found a matter of uncomfortableness in her, and he shall write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And if she left his house and went and become another man's wife, and the latter husband shall hate her and write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house, or when the latter husband dies, who took her to be his wife, then her former husband, who sent her away, is not allowed to take her back to be his wife, after she has been defiled, for that would be an abomination before Yahweh. And do not bring sin on the land, which Yahweh, your Elohim, is giving you as an inheritance. Well, proof that she is not a maiden, indicating that she had previously been fornicating. Messiah was probably quoting this in Matthew 5:32, in Matthew 19:9. Well, you can see here that the women's can't request the divorce, just the man. And when a man marries a woman, and if he found in her defile or fornication before the marriage, or he didn't find in her anything normal, then he must give her the certificate of divorce, the get. And if that woman went away and married with another man, and if that man died, the former husband could not get this woman again as his wife, because he defiled with another man. Well, then, when a man takes a wife and shall marry her, then it shall be if she finds no favor in his eyes. It depends on the circumstance. Because he has found a matter of uncoveredness, or many things covered in her, and he shall write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house. You can see here that the woman can solicit divorce, just the man. And the Torah is very clear here, unless that this man suffers too much violence in the hand of her husband. And if she left his house and went and became another man's wife, and the latter husband shall hate her and write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house, or when the latter husband dies, who took her to be his wife. Then her former husband, this ancient husband, who sent her away, is not allowed to take her back to be his wife, because he defiled with another man. She has been defiled, for that would be an abomination before Yahweh, and do not bring sin on the land, which Yahweh, your Elohim, is giving you as inheritance. And this sin is in all the earth and nowadays, because the people didn't fulfill the Torah. And like it's written in Ishayahu 24, let's read it, Ishayahu 24, verses 5 and 6. For the earth has been defiled under its inhabitants, because they have transgressed the Torah, changed the law, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore, a curse shall consume the earth, and those who dwell in it be punished. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth shall be burned, and the few men shall be left. Then, because the break of the Torah, the earth, all inhabitants of the earth defile the earth. And many inhabitants of the earth will be consumed by fire, and the few men will rest upon it. And these few men, or the men that keeps the Torah, not religion, not philosophy, just the Torah, because the words that came out from Yahweh's mouth, they are Haim, they are life. And because that Moshe put before the eyes of our forefathers, the Israelites, in the Mount Sinai, you choose. I put before you the Raim, life, and the Mavet, death, and the choose the life, the Raim, so you can live. Well, we're going to read now in the oral law, in Abraham's time, in Noah's time, in Enoch's time, in the time of Yitzhak, Yaakov, Job's time, or Job's time. This item 222, law of divorce, or divorce can only be for the cause of premarital fornication by the bride. Bereshit, third wage, Bereshit, third wage. Bereshit. Third wage. Bereshit, third wage, 24 to 26. 24 to 26. And it came to be about 3 months after that Yehuda was informed, saying, Tamar, your daughter-in-law, has warred, and she has conceived by whoring. And Yehuda said, bring her out, and let her be burned. When she was brought out, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man to whom this belonged, I am pregnant. And she said, please examine whose these are, the seal and the cord and the staff. And Yehuda examined it and said, she has been more righteous than I, because I did not give her to Shelah, my son. And he never knew her again. Then we must examine it carefully, because many times the people judges by the religions, by the political system, and they did examine it like the Eternal One instituted these laws of the Torah. And we can see here that Yehuda was contaminated with Tamar, his daughter-in-law, and it's wrong according to the Torah. But he thought by himself that he was right, and he was unmasqueraded, lifnei all the men in that time. Then, because he must give her to his son Selah, and he did not did that. Okay. Well, and to finalize, we're going to see this law of divorce, this item 222 in Yeshua's time, his Talmudin's time. The law of divorce, Matthew 19, 19. Matthew Matthew 19. Chapter 19, verse 3 to 11. 3 to 11. And the Pharisees came to him, trying him, and saying to him, Is it right for a man to put away his wife for every reason? And he answering said to them, Do not read that he who made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, For this cause a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh, so that they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what Elohim has joined together, let man not separate. They said to him, Why then did Moshe command to give a certificate of divorce and to put her away? He said to them, Because of the hardness of your hearts, Moshe allowed you to put away your wives. But from the beginning it was not so. And I say to you, whoever puts away his wife, except on the ground of whoring, and marries another, commits adultery. And whoever marries her who has been put away commits adultery. This his talked one said to him, If such is the case of the man with his wife, it is good not to marry. And he said to them, Not all receive this word, but only those to whom it has been given. Then you can see that dialogue between Yahushua and the religious men, the Pharisees. Well, they want to argue with you because the certificate of divorce. But Yahushua was directly in the Torah. And when you go direct to the Torah, you dismount all your enemies. And it was so when Yahushua did that. Because when Yahushua says, Therefore, what Elohim has joined together, let men not separate. But the majority of the couples of the marriage, it was not joined by the Eternal One. It was joined by the man with the principles did not defined by the Torah. And because that comes afterward the separation, the divorce. And it was because that the Eternal One left the law of divorce. Okay? Well, Yahweh bless you and your family. Yahweh Baruch Atav Ramishpah Hagam, Zot Habracha Shel Zaken Assaf, Meishuv Israelit, Be Hayur Pereira Barreto. Shalom to everybody, to all Bnei Yaakov, to all Bnei Israel. Shalom, shalom.